Hello and welcome everyone to Contemporary Math. Today's section is 2.5 Application of Sets. Now the big difference in today's lesson is that we're not necessarily concerned about what elements belong in each set. However, we're more interested in determining how many elements exist in each set and specifically which regions of the set. So we're going to be dealing with a little bit more numbers today and some adding and subtracting thrown in. So our first example says at a shopping mall, 190 adult drivers were selected at random and asked whether they enjoy driving a minivan or a car. And the results of the survey showed that 110 enjoy driving a car, 90 enjoy driving a minivan, and 30 enjoy driving both a car and a minivan. So first off, in looking at our Venn diagram here, we have this big rectangle, and we recall that this always stands for the universal set. Now, we're not concerned again with what elements are in here, just how many. So since there were 190 adult drivers, we know that inside this rectangle we need to represent 190 people. Now, again, we recall that we have four regions here, region 1, region 2, region 3, and then region 4 is out here. So the sum of all these regions need to add up to 190. Now, our first part here says 110 enjoy driving a car. So we'll just call this the car set right here, so here in red. So what that 110 means is the sum of all of these, okay, this entire circle, we need to have 110 people represented. Okay, but there are two regions that make that up. So we need to figure out how many go in each region. Now, for 90 enjoy driving a minivan, okay, that's going to be this blue circle right here. We'll call this the minivan set. Now within this entire set, okay, we're going to have 90 total. Okay, again, we have two regions though. We need to figure out how many belong in each one. So we have 110 in the red circle, 90 in the blue circle. And there's going to be some sort of overlap right in here in region 2. And we're going to have to figure out what that is. So let's go ahead and do that now. Here's where this very important piece of information comes in. It says 30 people enjoy driving both a car and a minivan. So we remember that that word "and" is like the intersection. Okay? And so we know where this number should go. It's going to go right here in region 2 with the intersection. Okay, so here we have 30 people who enjoy driving both a car and a minivan. Okay, so that's where we're always going to start, right here at the intersection. Then we work our way out. So let's go to the 110 that enjoy driving a car. So remember, we said there were 110 people that belonged in this circle. We already have 30 of them. So we need to find how many are remaining. And this is just going to be simple subtraction. We're going to do 110 minus 30, and that's going to give us 80. So we know 80 drivers only enjoy driving a car. Okay, and you can see 80 plus 30 is the 110. So go ahead and find region 3 on your own. Give you a couple seconds here. Well, we have 90 that enjoy driving a minivan in this circle, and we already had 30 people accounted for, so we're going to subtract 30. And so 60 people belong in region 3. Okay, 80, 30, and 60. Now, there are 4 regions total that we have to account for. And remember, back at the beginning, we said 190 people have to be inside this rectangle. Well, how many people do we have so far? Well, we have the 80 that enjoy the car there. We have the 60 that enjoy only the minivan. And we have 30 that enjoy both. So what does this add up to here? 8 and 6 is 14, plus 3 is 17. So far, we have 170 drivers that belong here in the union of the two sets. So if we want to find this last one, we're just going to take the 190 total minus the 170, and we're left with 20. Okay, so we are going to use these answers, okay, in the Venn diagram to answer the question now. Okay, so now we're going to answer the question, how many people do not enjoy driving a car or a minivan? So remember, the or is the union, and the union is going to be the two sets combined here. So that's car or minivan, and we're looking for not enjoy. So that's the complement there. So when we look here, that's going to be this set of 20 people right there. Okay. The next one says, how many people enjoy driving a car but do not enjoy driving a minivan? So that means they like a car but not the minivan. And so if we look here, this is the car circle. It intersects with the minivan circle, and we're actually going to have to take out people if they also like the minivan. Okay, so this region, region 1, is people who enjoy driving a car but do not enjoy driving a minivan. And so that is 80. For letter C, it says how many people enjoy driving a minivan but do not enjoy driving a car. I want you to try this one on your own. Give you a couple seconds here. So this question is just like letter B, just flipped around. So now we want people who enjoy driving a minivan but not a car. So we can't include these 30 people because they like driving a car. So we want only minivan people here, and that's going to be region 3, and we get 60 people. And question D here, it says how many people enjoy driving a car or a minivan? So again, this was the union that we were talking about before. And the union is going to be the sum of all the people here. And fortunately, we already added this up and found that that total is 170. All right, let's move on to our next example. Now we're going to be dealing with application of sets with 3 sets. One thing to remember when we have our 3 sets, we have our universal, and then we get 8 regions. So we're going to have to determine all 8 regions here. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the process is going to be the same as last example. It's just going to add a few extra steps here. Okay, so 120 students were asked, do you like this vocalist? Now notice they don't have to pick just one. You can like more than one. And so in the universal, we know we have to have 120 represented. Okay, 47 liked Clapton. So we'll just make this Eric Clapton right here. 47 selected Natalie Cole. So we'll make this one Natalie Cole. And 41 Whitney Houston. I love math problems that get very dated. They're always fun. Anyway, 11 selected Eric Clapton and Natalie Cole. 12 selected Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston. 10 selected Whitney Houston and Eric Clapton. And finally, 4 selected Clapton, Cole, and Houston. Well, the way we're going to work this is we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up, meaning we want to know who liked all 3, and we're going to start there. So 4 selected Clapton, Cole, and Houston. That 4 is going to go right here in region 5. Okay, so hopefully you're starting to recognize if you're in this region 5 here that you belong in the red circle, Eric Clapton. You also belong in the Natalie Cole circle, and you belong in the Whitney Houston circle. So that's why we put the 4 where all 3 like them. Next we'll move up. 10 selected Whitney Houston and Eric Clapton. So Whitney Houston and Eric Clapton would fall into this region here. So if we're just thinking about the 2 sets, we want the intersection of the 2 sets. Now, these regions, 4 and 5, must add up to equal the 10. Okay? And so when we look here, if we're going to get 10 people in this region, we already have 4. So we're going to go 10 minus 4, and we're going to get 6 people in that region. Okay, let's move on. Next one, 12 selected Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston. So Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston is going to be this intersection right here, regions 5 and 6. Okay, so we need to have 12 people in this region. So this one's going to be 12 minus 4, and we get 8. All right, the next one says 11 selected Eric Clapton and Natalie Cole. I want you to go ahead and determine which region, okay, we're trying to find next and the total number in that region. Just take a few seconds to do that. All right, so Eric Clapton and Natalie Cole is going to be this intersection right here. And we have a total of 11, so we're going to go 11 minus 4 and get 7. Okay, so that was very similar to what we had just done. It's going to get a little more complicated now with our next set. So it says 41 selected Whitney Houston. So what that means is in the Whitney Houston circle, we need to have 41 people represented. Now we already have 3 regions here of people being represented. So we already have 6, 4, and 8. So that makes a total of 18 people. So if we already have 18 and we need 41, we're going to do 41 minus 18. Okay, and what is 41 minus 18? It looks like 23. So if we were to add all the numbers up here, 23 plus 6 plus 4 plus 8, that would get us back to our 41. Let's try another one together here. And let's do Natalie Cole. So 47 selected Natalie Cole. So that means in the Natalie Cole circle we need to have 47 total people. All right, well how many are already in the circle? Well, 7, 4, and 8. So that's 11 and 19. So we're going to take 47, the total number of people, and minus the 19, and we're going to be left with 28. All right, I want you to go ahead and find region 1 on your own, and then we'll come back and check it in just a couple seconds. All right, so we're looking for 42 that selected Eric Clapton. So we need to have 42 in the Eric Clapton circle. All right, so we've got to have a total of 42, and we already have 7, 4, and 6. So we already have 17 people in here. So let's subtract those 17 people, and we're left with, well, it's 42 minus 17. 25 people. Okay, so we've filled out regions 1 through 7. There's one more region, region 8, that we need to fill out. So again, we're going to use this number at the beginning. There were 120 total, but we already have gotten a bunch of different people. So we need to sum up all of the regions 1 through 7. So we have 25, 7, 28, 6, 4, 8, 23. Okay, so we're going to add all this up. Here's where a calculator might be helpful, or you can do it in your head. So we have 12, 20, 26, 30, 38, 41. Carry the 4. 4 and 2 is 6, 8, and 10. Alright, so we already have 101 people represented in regions 1 through 7, and there are 120 total. So we're just going to do 120 minus 101, and we're left with 19 people in region 8. Alright, so that's the first task of actually completing the Venn diagram. Might be kind of hard to see our numbers, so let me just highlight these all in blue here. So we got the 6, the 4, the 8, the 7, the 25, the 28, the 23, and the 19. Alright, so let's go ahead and answer some of the questions. So how many selected none of the vocalists? Well, none is going to fall out here in region 8. That's 19. How many liked Clapton, but neither of the other two? So just Clapton, Clapton only. And that's going to be region 1 right here. And that's 25. Now the next question is a little more general. Exactly one of the vocalists. That means you only liked one of them. You didn't like either of the other two. And so that's going to be the sum of region 1, region 3, and region 7. Because all those regions, they are the onlys. Okay, so it's going to be 25 plus 23 plus 28. All right. So what do we get here? Okay, looks like we get 76, like exactly 1. How about letter D? It says Cole and Houston, but not Clapton. Okay, so Cole and Houston is going to be this intersection right in here, regions 5 and 6, but not Clapton, so we're going to have to cut out the 4 people that also like Clapton, and we're left with 8. The next question says Cole or Houston, but not Clapton. So remember, or is the union, so we take both circles of Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston, and then but not Clapton means we subtract out the Clapton circle right here. So it's going to be just 28 plus 8 plus 23. So what do we got here? Looks like 59 total. I want you to try letter F on your own, exactly 2 of the vocalists. Give it a try. Come back in a couple seconds. All right, exactly 2 of the vocalists. So we need to find those regions where they like 2 and only 2. So it's going to be the intersection of 2 sets, but not the third set. And so when we look here, it's going to be regions 2, okay, because they like Eric Clapton and Natalie Cole, but not Whitney Houston, so they like exactly 2. It's going to be region 4, because they like Clapton and Houston, but not Cole. And it's going to be region 6, because they like Cole and Houston, but not Clapton. So it's going to be 7 plus 6 plus 8. And that gives us 21 total vocalists. All right, that's been 2.5 application of sets. Thanks for watching.